Before the video starts, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Miss Yagami for sponsoring this video. It means a lot. Also, if you're watching this and want me to make a full in-depth analysis of your matchup, feel free to donate to my Cash App, which is here in the pinned comment. Medaka Kurokami is the main character of the manga/anime Medaka Box versus Perfect Cell. One thing I like to mention is that I'm going to be giving Cell any and every benefit of the doubt to make this fight fair. Because as you'll see in the video, Medaka is a seriously busted character, and as a bonus round, as requested by our sponsor, we'll be doing a full 1v4 with Perfect Cell, Majin Buu, and specifically Buuhan. So with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So for starters, to truly get a grasp on Medaka's power, we first need to acknowledge Nahime Aijimu, because Medaka is relative or above her power in the manga. In the manga, Aijimu is literally older than the universe because she waited for the creation of the universe, then waited an additional absurd amount of time, making her older than the universe itself, as she legitimately states that she can exist anywhere she wants. This grants her omnipresent speed, but it's kind of a state of being, so she's like a relevant speed or immeasurable. And to blow your mind even more, she is aware of herself existing in a manga, and even being able to tell when the manga panel itself is colored. She possesses the ability to change the genre of the manga itself, changing it from a battle manga to a love comedy. She possesses over 12 quadrillion skills in the manga. She's conquered every impossibility, making her omnipotent. In fact, she states that anything that is impossible is possible for herself and quite easy. And she even mentions other characters like Naruto, meaning she's aware of other shonen manga. Her knowledge is that of 1 out of 10 people, or just the knowledge of 700 million people. Every platonic concept that exists is pure garbage to her, making her transcendent of these concepts. She wields Life Zero, which can nullify any skill, with there being translations that straight up say she transcends the entirety of the Medaka Box universe. Transcending dimensions exist, with Aijimu ending the manga before the anime even began, and in the same scan just straight up says she's a transcendent character with statements of her eternal life being born from absolute nothingness, and even going as far as viewing everyone in the manga as ink on paper, having the ability to always become stronger than her opponent. Anything she says will happen. She can also just straight up erase her own weaknesses and grant other weaknesses to other people. So Aijimu overall just scales at bare minimum high outer, logically with her stupid broken hacks. And I barely even scratched the surface on anything having to do with Aijimu, with Medaka scaling to her or even above her, because later in the manga she's able to copy her abilities. So Medaka is high outer in terms of AP. There are ways to lowball her to universal, which is inconsistent at all. But in order to make the fight even fair, Medaka, for the sake of the video, will be universal and moon level in terms of destructive capabilities. Because later on, she's able to destroy the moon with power nullification, power absorption, durability negation, and power erasure being her hacks. Not even accounting for her stupid broken ones like All Fiction, which she copies after using the end. Perfect Cell, the bio-android made from all the DNA of the strongest warriors in the universe. Cell is the second big bad in Dragon Ball Z, and my personal favorite. Keep in mind, this scale will be wanking Cell to the absolute, because he will literally get by Medaka if I don't. For starters, Cell himself stated that he has infinite perfect power multiple times, as well as bottomless power, meaning he's infinite, as well as having a blast so powerful that it would not only destroy the earth, but quote-unquote everything. This statement is supported by the Namekians believing he'd destroy the entire universe itself. This Ultra Wank Cell would be about Universal Plus levels, because he'd be destroying everything. This is a wank, don't comment anything, but yeah. So even with this ultimate wank, Cell still unfortunately doesn't stand a chance. Even wanking his stats to be infinity doesn't let him compare to Medaka. Cell's infinite speed is still getting fodderized by Medaka's omnipresent speeds, and she'd simply become stronger than Cell even if she wasn't already stronger than him. Cell can't copy abilities like 7-3 from the super manga, so Cell is literally getting erased off the page probably. The 1v4 is a very simple answer. In fact, they still aren't doing anything to Medaka, and here's why. Medaka has omnipresent speeds or irrelevant speeds, and even if we consider GT to be the movie timeline where Goku was able to move inside instant transmission, granting him speeds to move faster than instantaneous teleportation, with Baby scaling above him, Baby would only be relative in speed to Medaka, and Cell would have infinite speed, making him infinitely slower than Medaka, and 7-3, let's just give him a measurable speed because it still would be relative or slower, and Buuhan wouldn't be a measurable speed either, but even if he was, he's still not catching Medaka. Speed in this scenario is pretty much the only thing that matters, because if Medaka uses one of her broken abilities, it's essentially over. And even if one of them were to scale over Medaka, she could simply become stronger than them by her broken axe. This fight isn't fair at all, and Medaka is simply destroying them. And 7-3 simply wouldn't be able to copy Medaka's abilities because he can't catch her. And if he did somehow, then maybe, but it's literally like damn near impossible. Equal stats still wouldn't make the 1v4 that much harder in my opinion, and Medaka is still slapping them up so hard. So yeah, again, I just want to say thanks to our sponsor, and I have a few other videos coming out from people who also donated to my Cash App. And with that finished, bye.